Let's head back and finish it off. Can we apologise for the interruption before?
Warp drive active.
Hey, get off there, please. Come on, off there now. Let's finish these off. Get everything burning. Don't know why I keep watching. Welcome back, viewers. Hey, watching mine again. Real life interrupted the stream. And a daughter. Child. Let's see if we can get some wrecks. We're flying back around. Oh no, they're going to be completely opposite direction. Of course they are. As you can tell, we're not massively enthused about the new event. Let's see what are the missions that we have in store. Let's do a refresh on it. So you can pull some nice ones. Seeds of Romance. Delivery, no. Should we filter out deliveries? They are filtered out. I wish the game would just give us missions we need. We're the biggest bugbear of PvE runners everywhere. The game doesn't give us enough missions. The random generator seems to favour ones we've already done. Out of there, please. Out. Come on. Let's zoom in. What we got? Some pew pew. Let's get that typhoon. It's all the orange haze of this area. I think we're in a big cloud. You watching? You watching? Oh, she's like Peppa Pig. Get out, please. 5, 4, 3. Oh! Is it done? It is done. Something about a small favor. Jump. Oh, delivery parts of missions.
Warp drive active.
Warp drive active. Where are we going? Where are we going? Get out of there. Three jumps. To Jariza. Stop. No.
Warp drive active.
Oh. I think we better get a mummy. Because there's a certain Freya being naughty. Oh, tired parent face. Oh, yawn, people. A lot of jumping around.
Warp drive active.
You bring in exploration, and then jumping around would make sense. One love bug. Where are we warping to now?
Warp drive active.
Oh my goodness. This is a gift of rejection. Another 6 jumps. They should offer these more money. Too many jumps. Some pretty stations though. Baltaloda.
Warp drive active.
Oh, to a planet. All rigged up, man. The rear gunner. Pew pew.
Warp drive active.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Where's it getting us to drop this stuff off at?
Warp drive active.
Daddy, I just need to I am.
It's coming on now. We'll drop some more stuff off. Oh, another autopilot run. This mission's so annoying. Oh, we're walking to the station, are we?
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Drive active.
Warp drive active.
What have we got? Oh, got it friendly.
Warp drive active.
New submarine.
Warp drive active.
Come on, mission. There's a lot of waiting around with these missions.
Warp drive active.
Drive active. Well, at least it's taken us back home, the mission.
Warp drive active.
One more jump.
Warp drive active.
We'll drop our ship load off as well.
Warp drive active.
Oh, thank goodness, mission done. Right. Let's see. Select all.
What are you
Move
doing,
to-
Daddy?
Playing a game.
My favorite that one.
Yeah, it's my spaceship. Do you like the spaceship? Take the spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to sit on your knee.
You can't play with the spaceship though. You can sit on my knee, but you can't play with the spaceship, okay? On telly. Let's say hello on camera. Say hello, camera. There's Freya there.
Hello, Kama.
Right, okay, so.
What are you doing, Daddy?
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, looking through my junk that I seem to collect over
What's
time.
that?
Oh, that's just for the Pokemon. That's for your Pokemon that you got. Oh, but we do have some. Let's see how much the Dramion skin's going for now. So they are going down a little bit. Apocalypse skin. I think the idea is to keep a hold of these now. when people can actually fly apocalypse strikers. No, come on. So let's have a look and see what we've got in our corporation hangars. So I believe we've got some missions that we could probably run. Oh, we've got Bad Hair Day. Let's select those and let's run them when we can. And move them to our item hanger. Bad Hair Day has a cooldown. So we're going to run these for the corporation and then we're going to feed the money back into the corporation. Hello, Santi Mick. How are you? Hello, Santi Mick. So we've got an hour cooldown on that, but it could end sooner. So let's accept all of these missions. And we're going to run these on behalf of the corporation, and we're going to give the money back to the corporation when we've got it, aren't we?
No.
What do you mean no? I want to give it. I want to give back the money to the corporation.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we give all the money straight back to the corporation.
No.
So we can't accept Bad Hair Day yet. So we can solo Bad Hair Day in the Cinnabar, but we're not gonna quite do that yet. So we're gonna go on encounters. We've got lots of encounters already there. But let's find out where For Freedom is. That's first one's 11 jumps. Oh, sorry, 14 jumps. And then let's find out where Business Magnet is. Oh, you're gonna have to pick them up. Oh, dropping Lego all over the place. It's okay, don't worry, my English isn't great either. We're just accepting some missions. Where's that one? Super soft drink. Okay, so our closest one is For Freedom, which is 14 jumps. Go pick up the Lego. So our closest, which is For Freedom. Freya, can you make a little house for the Lego man? Can you make a little house or a big chair? Can you make a chair? Can you make a big chair out of Lego? So, whilst the Freya makes a chair out of a Lego, let's go and do For Freedom. So For Freedom looks like it's got a scanning bit at the start. Annihilate all enemies at mission beacon. Annihilate all enemies at mission beacon. Jump, jump, jump. Okay. So what tends to happen with the Minmatar missions is that you'll end up with a pretty small bunch, I believe, in part 1, and then in part 2 you end up getting swarmed by lots. So what I might do is we might swap out. What we're going to swap out? Swap out a NOS for a Scram. So we've got a couple of interruptive Scrams there. Let's get one of those on board. Now, just in case somebody's doing PvP nearby, I think we'll probably take... I think it's here. Damage control unit. We can take the Imperial one, that's fine. Just in case somebody's doing PvP nearby and we get called away to assist. So we can do that. And what I will also do is the NOS I'm just taking out. I will carry it It will be that one. Just in case we could use that advantage. So let's go and navigate to the encounter. Oh, 14 jumps to a scan and then... Okay. 14 jumps. My goodness. Are they safe jumps? Yeah, it's green there in the corner, so we know they're safe. All nice and safe jumps. Shortest route. So great, we've got that.
Warp drive active.
Okay. Now you say you're Russian. Should we get ourselves a nice Google translator so we can translate the Russian at the same time? Google Translate. So go from English to Russian.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
We'll copy that. Put that in here. And we can do some lovely translations for our friend who speaks Russian. So I'll be Santimik. Thank goodness for Google.
Warp drive active.
Da. Yeah. Yeah, Google Translate is a wonder. Oh, so is it For Freedom next? I think For Freedom is only a T6. Could be a T8. Oh, you want me to translate back? Hold on, let's have a look. Let's translate back and see what it is.
Warp drive active.
Morning, Zoogle.
Hey, how are you? Wow, that's loud. Hold on.
Sorry. I'll talk quietly.
Talk.
Just
no. Hey.
I see that we're doing some good stuff today.
Yeah. For some reason, I've got you really loud. Hold on, 2 seconds. I'm just.
I can probably.
No. It'll be my settings. Don't worry about it. Someone will have been really quiet on the previous. There we go. Output volume. I'll reduce that. Is that better?
Yeah, I'm good.
Warp
Your
drive
side. My
active.
side's perfect.
Okay, that's fine.
It's
cool.
I figured it's good to pop in, say hi, and just test your system a little bit more.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm running the stream.
Yep.
And we've got a Russian speaker, and I'm just translating something now. Oh no! Why is Google Translate failing me? Google Translate.
I just popped in to say hi just for a little bit. I'll probably be on, and if you need some help, I'll probably come out and help you.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I'm just going to run some of the corporation
Warp
missions.
drive active.
I've got an hour to wait for Bad Hair Day.
Cool.
But yeah, so I'll run all the missions that are in Hangar 4, and we're just going to push the money back into the corporation, I think.
Yeah, I'm good for that. I don't need anything. I just replaced the fireplace in my house, and I'm waiting for a piece, so...
Alright, so you're just chilling out.
Yeah. Alright, I will pop off, and you enjoy. I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, see you in a bit. Take care, dude.
Bye.
Why is United Kingdom so huge there? I'm guessing you can just do...
Warp drive active.
I'm guessing that's just Great Britain. Oh, right. So 7 jumps till part 1. I think part 1 can be done really quick as well.
Warp
Hopefully.
drive active.
Yeah, so you guys may hear that we have Discord going as well. So other people from the corporation may pop in, and we just work together, you know. So we've got another question there from our Russian-speaking friend. Let's see. How long have we been playing? We've been playing now since the beginning. Since the beginning of time.
Warp drive active.
So since the start of the game. Hence why I can fly a Cinnabel quite comfortably. There's not been a lot of money pumped into the game. I've maybe bought a skin, you know, but everything else has been fairly free to play. So we just thought we'd get these streams going and we have a bit of fun as we do it.
Warp drive active.
Oh, that's a big question. Let's have a look. Let's see what we have here. No, there's no inconvenience at all. No problem at all. We have lots of warp jumps to do.
Warp drive active.
But only if I have time.
Если успею перевести, то попробую улыбка.
Warp drive active.
Можешь вот этот перевод? Можешь вот этот перевод?
Oh no, sorry.
Ты слышишь этот перевод? У меня плохое написание. У меня плохое написание.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Обидно. Легко потерять корабли, если вы не будете осторожны. Продолжайте попытки.
Warp drive active.
Okay. One jump left.
Один прыжок, чтобы идти.
Ooh, yes.
Да в режиме повышенной безопасности.
Come on, scan. Hurry up, scan. Oh, 2 seconds. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Oh, no, it's okay. You don't need to. Stand up. Stand up. That's enough. Oh. Put these back on. Feet. Feet. Oh. Push. 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 There you go. Up there. Oh. Right. There we go. We can do the next jump. Jump. 10 jumps.
Моя дочь здесь, поэтому мне нужно продолжать уходить, чтобы присмотреть за ней. Лол.
You gonna draw some more on there? Put some on the bottom. So where are we
Warp
going?
drive active. Warp drive active.
Ей нравится смотреть обзор игрушек Раяна на YouTube.
You're sitting with your daughter too.
Радость быть родителем.
Warp drive active.
Oh, Masha. Yeah. Freya, you like Masha in the bear, don't you?
Warp drive active.
Freya loves Mash. Фрия любит Машу и медведя.
Hey, Redexan.
Warp drive active.
You don't see it often. We see it quite a lot in the UK.
Daddy, there was get the crew from them.
Okay, yeah, you gotta keep it safe.
Мы видим много этого здесь, в Великобритании. Это на Netflix.
Okay, don't scratch that.
Why are they?
I'm playing a game, look. There's my ship. My ship's gonna go all the way to the battle and do some pew-pew.
Can I do it?
No, you can't do it. It's an expensive ship. This one costs lots and lots of ISK. Lots and lots of money. And if it goes boom, and Daddy starts crying. Daddy go, I lost my cinema. What? No, you don't press the buttons. I know you like to one day, but you're only 3.
No. I want.
Oh no, thank you. I know you want to help, but it's okay. Anyway, what's Ryan doing? Are they making music?
Warp drive active.
Ah, keep the daughter away. What's your head? Or would you bang your head? I don't want to bang your head. No. Don't I don't want to bang your head, darling. We don't want to give your head an ouchies. That wouldn't be good, would it? What's this one? Peaky Blinders. Yes, Peaky Blinders is a good series.
Warp drive active.
A very good series. Очень хороший сериал, хотя я его немного видел.
Oh, you're gonna go see Mummy. Are you sure? Hold on a second. Eve, are you just coming downstairs? Okay. See you in a bit.
Warp
Okay.
drive active.
Oh, the child has gone downstairs. What are you doing? Okay.
Ребенок спустился вниз.
Okay. Oh, where am I flying to? So this one is For Freedom.
Миссии за свободу, сюжетная миссия.
drink some of her milk. Okay. Oh, I don't know why I keep using the mouse for the game. Right.
Warp drive active.
Just tease.
Две части миссии Т6. Первая часть здесь проста.
First part's easy though. Especially now the daughter's gone. Do I have T6? 2 seconds.
Миссия — это история Т6. Этот корабль — Синабал.
So it comes from the story trees. So For Freedom is this one up here is For Freedom. And you have to do those 3 in order to get the mission, the story. I should probably check my ship, eh? Be embarrassing to lose it in the first part of a T6 story. But the first part you can AFK basically. The first part's fairly straightforward.
Первая часть проста улыбка. Может, AFK это лол.
Okay, what's that? What do you say? You said. Okay, I just don't play for long. I only have T6. Okay, so this ship. This ship is a pirate
Этот корабль представляет собой пиратский корпус или корпус фракции. Так что когда вы заработаете миллиарды АСК, вы можете получить это.
You still have to be very careful with it though.
Ты все равно должен быть осторожен с этим, хотя ха-ха.
I like the translation, haha. Yeah.
Basics are easy, but there are some good ways to learn in order to do PvE properly.
That's in English. In Russian?
Основы просты, но есть несколько хороших способов выучить, чтобы правильно выполнять PvE.
Welcome to my friend Google. I don't know why I bother speaking. I should just get everything translated to Russian. Can you do that on Twitch? Is there a bot which comes on the screen which puts translations directly into multiple languages? Or would that be just as annoying as the hits on enemy ships? Do we think? Possibly. Yes, Google is our friend. Hello, Google. Are you listening, Google? Probably. And so we're pretty much just AFKing now, to be honest. There's not a lot to do.
В этой первой части за свободу делать нечего.
Google helped me a lot when we drank vodka with French.
Да пьяные переводы лол.
Okay, so now that we've got some faster ships, it's always worth just moving away a little bit, because then we can come at them. So as soon as you get the occasional elite ship, focus fire to the elite. Let's head down to the elite, take them out. And then it's nice and easy again. Are these all big ships now? Yes, they're all big ships. We we can pretty much AFK again, eh? Pew pew. Oh, who are we gonna? Orbit the Hound. Nice and easy. Stabber, nice and easy. I think the ship is blending in with the background too much. I do like the skin, but there are far worse skins out there. And what's the worst skin? The worst skin is that. Oh my goodness, how awful would that be? Its original one's not too bad. I do like this one. I do like it. Okay, we've gone too far away now, are we? It's coming closer. Sweep up, take him out. Clean up. There's part one. So the only ones I'm going to collect loot-wise are probably the elites. There's only one elite. Yeah, there's only one elite wreck. Let's see if it actually had anything. Let's get these things on the way. Since they are there. The elite wreck had nothing. Okay, so that's... You are free! Master! Where are we going? No need to call me Master now, you are all free. Oh sure, Master. Yes, Master. Oh, this is so awfully translated. The stories are awful. Well done, there's another place. 13 jumps away. Really? Why don't they ever live next door to each other? Oh, let's see what you say here now. Let's translate this. Let's get our good friend
Warp drive active.
Google out. Our Google says, beautiful skin. It is beautiful. So it is a beautiful skin, but not everybody does like it.
Это я люблю это, хотя не всем это нравится, ха-ха.
I like that. Ha ha.
Warp drive active.
Oh, you gotta love the translator. Ha ha. Why so many jumps?
Warp drive active.
This next part is when it gets a little harder. Ships can be hard to hit and more of them in total. More elites, lots of them in last wave.
And in Russian.
Следующая часть, когда станет немного сложнее. Корабли могут быть трудно пораженными, и их всего больше. Больше элит, многие из них в последней волне.
To each his own.
Warp drive active.
Да, я люблю этот корабль. Но ты прав, каждому свое.
I like this Google Translate. It adds a little bit of something different to the channels. And I just appreciate anybody who wants to come here and listen to me, to be honest. A ramblings of a crazy person.
Warp drive
Speaking
active.
to myself whilst playing a computer game. Whilst he has a wife and child downstairs. Normal life. We want to try and finish these missions anyway, so we'll get Business Magnet out of the way after For Freedom, and then we'll do Super Soft Drink after that. And so for this one, we'll get 25 million for the corporation. Not too bad. After tax, it'll be like 24, 23 million or something. Business Magnet is a 50 million mission. So that's another little nice donation for the corporation. And then we have a Super Soft Drink with 35 million ISK. But what we really want...
Warp drive active.
What we really, really want is... Where is it? Too many. I've got stuff all over the place. There we go. Judy. It's still... Let's get to the bottom of our list. 19 minutes. And then we can do Bad Hair Day. I mean, that's quite expensive on the market now. That's like a 300 million mission. And that's going to be the real payday for the corporation today, I think. We get our corporation coffers up.
Warp drive active.
Warp drive active. Come on, my pretty ship. Can you not go any faster? Oh, who else have we got in chat? Does everybody else want to say hello? We've got a lot of names. We'll go through the names. I'll call them out just to say thank you very much for watching. So we've got Abbott Costello. Is that your actual name, Abbott Costello? That's like sounds like a famous singer. Bing Cortana. Okay, I see where you're going with that. That's some form of Microsoft thing going on there. Casino,
Warp
thanks.
drive active.
Wow. Okay, so thank you, Casino. Kriziot, hello. Droop Dog. It says Droop Dog. Is that there's something wrong with the dog? Extra more. Extra more. Is that probably a better way of saying it? F to pay or so free to player. Nice. Go with him. Go with him. Go with him. I'm not going with you. Why would I have to go? Alright, being kidnapped. Have this too. Ice Wizards. I like it. Is that an Ice Wizard nerd? Ice Wizards. Joint effort. Is there more than one of you? Does somebody have to do the keyboard and the other on the mouse? Reddick-san. Yes, hello. We've already said hello to you. And you waved as well, and we waved back to you. And then Santimik, which we've been speaking in Russian just to keep the conversation going, because my Russian's not very good. Your English is far better, so I've got to be very appreciative and say thank you. So shall I say this in Russian?
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Thank you to all who are watching my crazy ramblings. I am not insane, I promise. I will also get Google to talk for me, since my language skills are poor.
Спасибо всем, кто смотрит мои сумасшедшие бредни. Я не сумасшедший, обещаю. Я так...
We'll do that again in a
Спасибо всем, кто смотрит мои сумасшедшие бредни. Я не сумасшедший, обещаю. Я также заставлю Google говорить за меня, так как мои языковые навыки плохие.
Yeah, so I used to play EVE Online too, Redexan. I used to play a lot of EVE Online. That was like, what, 20... I think I stopped in 2013 maybe, 2012, 2013. Yeah, it would have been 2013 actually, I think I stopped. Or maybe even 2014, but, you know, a long time ago. And actually this character, Zoogle Firebrand, my character in EVE Online was also Zoogle Firebrand.
Warp drive active.
You're going to bombard me with questions, yeah, please do. We'll do this in Spanish as well. There you go.
Gracias a todos los que están viendo mis locas divagaciones. No estoy loco, lo prometo. También conseguiré que Google hable por mí, ya que tengo pocas habilidades lingüísticas.
Thank you, Google. Thank you. You make the case quite nice. Okay, so in part 2. Oh, part 2, here we go. I will try to respond as quickly as possible. Don't try and bombard me with too many questions because I may end up dying. So normally, you wouldn't just jump in at 0. So usually you wouldn't just jump in straight away like this. You would jump in at a set distance. But because I'm fairly tanky DPS boat, it's not too bad. And these are only T6s, so it's not too bad. So what you try to do is you just kind of head away from them a little bit. Stick on the afterburner, so you're harder to hit. So the signature radius is quite small on the ship anyway. Hit the ships which are coming close. So you pick off the fast ones, typically the elite ships. I sometimes stagger my fire as well. Very good stagger rate of fire in. There we go. And then we can work our way back in. Usually from smallest to largest ship. What we got next? Get those... Yeah, the hounds. So the frigates and the destroyers we want to get next. So that frigate should go soon. Again, we want to be taking different angles at them, because if you head straight at them or straight away, you'll actually take more damage. And take that ship. I could probably just start orbiting the 0 point now. It's always good to keep zooming out, because you get an understanding of the 3 dimensions of space, because not everything is 2D. So, X, Y, and Z axes, for those of us who are geeks. And as you can see, we're just doing damage. We'll just keep damaging the bellicose there. Probably do the next bellicose because we're closest to that. Increase my DPS, which I should have done first time around. It would have been quicker. And then when we get down to the last ship and it's just about to die, we take wherever the 0 point is, so that center that I'm orbiting now, that's known as 0, and then we want to just draw a straight line away from it and just run away. Because when these waves spawn, and they spawn right on top of you, they can cause a lot of damage. It starts off pretty easy. Okay, so let's start moving away. We'll see where they spawn any minute. So they're quite far away, so that's okay, but they could spawn anywhere, usually within the flat plane, usually within the sort of 2-dimension. You just wait a little bit, let them come towards you, and then I just auto-target whatever's the closest. Attack the smallest ship. I usually do this whilst running away, so we get a good angle of fire on him. And then yeah, just target again and work our way back in. Working back at angles. Okay, let's see what you've said here. My time is late, so I'm going to put my daughter to bed. Good night. Yes.
Спокойной ночи и оставайся в безопасности, друг.
I should really pay attention when I'm doing missions. Okay, there we go. So we can probably orbit 0 again now. There's only 7. Luckily, we've got a large shield booster here, so all we have to do is occasionally hit boost. Got our lovely weapons enhancements. So we do quite good damage and rate of fire. Plus with the rigs I've got on board, it makes it a lot easier. Orbit quite nicely there. Let's target the ship far away. Discord muted? Do I? You're really quiet. Hold on. I think Gray was really loud before, so I had to turn it up. Sorry, I do apologise. Let's find my volume on Discord. Where's the volume controls? Okay, should be able to hear you now?
Hello.
Ah, hello! Yes, I can hear you now. So you should be coming across on the stream as well. So if you have the two things going side by side, you might hear an echo.
No, I turn it off. Like I stream myself time to time, so yeah.
Okay.
No, the video.
No, that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah. So so you've played EVE Online before then?
Yeah, for quite a while, for like 4 years or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Done many things, like had like eventually had a mothership and stuff.
I've never stayed that long for EVE Online. I think I'm trained.
No. I was in a big corporation, like flying like with fleets and stuff. Was even participating like in a quite large battle like once, but normally it was just like commanding logistic wings. Yeah, it was nice time, but we had like fleets for 500-600 people.
Yeah. Well, that's where it gets interesting, doesn't it? When you get to that sort of size, but you've also got to compete with time dilation as well.
Oh, that when I was playing, there was not time dilation yet in the game.
Oh right, so it just crashed.
It was just really laggy.
Yeah. So what questions did you have about EVE Echoes then? Because obviously, yeah.
Actually, many, because like I used to little bit different gameplay, and here like I'm only playing like for 3 days, and it seems like in Pyre missions, the high one, which like the one you're usually looking for, like the rare one and stuff, they always take you into low sec.
Yes.
Which is like as a former like main game player, going in a low sec on your PvE ship is like suicide.
Scary. Yeah, it's scary. But I think the difference here with EVE Echoes is that they've made the game more friendly to the casual player like yourself. It was always a decision they weren't too sure on launch. On launch, it was dangerous coming to low sec. You know, you would get gate ganked because the guns weren't strong enough. But what they did in low sec was they made it so the gate guns are like, well, all the gate guns in the game are crazy powerful. So most gate guns will one pop my ship. You know, they will just boom pop me. A nightmare will come along in high sec and in low sec, attack someone, he'll get popped. So the gates and stations in low sec are completely safe. You know, you could probably still get hurt if you weren't careful, but people choose not to attack you unless they found. Recently, there was a
There is no ship
bug.
scanner in the game yet, at least yet, isn't?
There's what? Sorry.
No ship scanners in the game yet.
No, and yes, and so that's what makes this safe now. So there's exploration isn't a thing yet. So exploration will come soon. So they introduced the likes of the bookmarks that I just put there on that one side. So that was only within the last month or so, I think. So we know that exploration is coming along. The Sisters of Eve ships haven't been released yet, and obviously they're going to be very big, you know, exploration ships. When they come along, it will be for exploration. So we don't have D-scan yet. You know, we don't have the scanning probes, and nobody knows quite how they're going to work on a mobile game. You know, in EVE Online, as you know, you would have had to have loads of windows all over the place.
I know myself because I used to hunt people into anomalies, so yeah.
So you're the sort of person we need.
Quite proficient with the combat props myself.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So you're the sort of person we need because, you know, there's a few of us have played EVE Online before. We've used, you know, the D-scan. We've used the exploration type probes, like the normal probes. We've used the combat probes, and some of us understand roughly how the mechanics would work. You know, because it's going to be similar. It's going to be similar.
Simplified but similar, yeah.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, I've tried to go back to EVE Online recently, and it's difficult, isn't it? It's you look at it, and it's after playing EVE Echoes, which is very, very, very simple. You go back to EVE Online, and there's just buttons, little tiny buttons all over the place, loads of different millions of windows all over the place, and you just go, oh, I can't be bothered. I haven't got enough time, you know. And I think that's one of the selling points for EVE Echoes is if you haven't got much time, you know, you've got a chilled corporation like what we've got. You can just, you know, jump online, see who's playing. A few people are on, great. Let's cause some trouble. So yeah, I mean, what other sorts of questions did you have?
The thing I kinda like don't like because I'm gated behind it is like the tech level.
Yes.
Because of that, like at least right now, I barely like have anything to do in the game because like I've like yesterday I was like running a bit the encounters, the event encounters.
Yes.
One since the boxes was selling really good and was like 4 million per mission basically, which took like 15 minutes to complete. And like
Yeah.
I have a reset every half an hour. So I was just doing them like one after another. Like
Yes.
got a little bit of bank for myself. So that was nice. But today, like the prices have dropped to basically 1-2 million per box.
Yeah, they're going to drop again. They're going to go to like 100,000 because people have realized the only. I mean, I bought a load of crates just to see what they'd be like and the chances of dropping. I didn't get a single permanent skin from breaking into any of those crates. So it's like, you know.
Is it? Can you even get permanent from breaking in? I think to get permanent you need the key.
Was a key only? I need to read into it because I thought you got a chance to get permanent skins.
Yeah. Before actually like start selling it, I did a little bit of research to maybe you know maybe it's better to open and then sell what was inside. But yeah.
I mean, I did buy. I bought some keys, so I put a little bit of plex into the game. I thought, you know, I'm gonna buy this skin for the Cinnabal. You know, it was like 400, 500 plex. So I thought I'd put a bit of money in, and then I just buy a few keys and see what I got. And luckily, I got a permanent skin for the Dramiel, which I've got one building and trying to do one of my other characters. That was great. A stabber sniper I got as well. So because I'm cannons on this character, then I might, eventually I'll probably have a stabber sniper. I used to fly the stabber fleet quite a lot. And I got something else. I can't remember what it was. Oh, and I got an Apocalypse Striker. Out of all the things, I've got an Apocalypse Striker skin, which nobody can fly now. So I'll have to keep a hold of that, and that might be worth something.
Yeah, but the thing is, all of those skills, they are like selling by themselves. Like so, Dramiel is 120, Plex, Stabber is 230, and Apocalypse is 310.
For now. For now. So
no. They are in the market next to the keys, basically.
Oh yeah. But I mean that's for now. So they did something similar. Yeah, they did something.
Then they go off the market. Of course, they're gonna like skyrocket.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's worth. If you want a particular skin and you have the Plex, it might be worth buying it now, because when by the time you hit T9 or T10, that skin may not be available anymore, and then it might cost $1 billion ISK in the future. So it all depends on how nice the skin is. I mean, these ones are okay. They're not the best skins in the world, but it's better than having no skins.
I mean, on the faction ships, they look really good. Like the red variation of those. Like I really like how Prophecy looks. The Prophecy.
Yeah, there are some nice ones. The Prophecies had, I think the Christmas one was quite nice for the Prophecy as well. The ones at Christmas time were quite nice.
So the thing that I locked behind tech level, I also locked behind like high level missions. Even though I can probably do them, I just cannot like them.
So, if you ever, what tech level are you now?
5.
So you're just at the cusp. So, you'll have, I think, is it tech 5 or is it tech 6 where the trainer cruises?
They're tech 5, but I skipped the trainer. I start using normal one.
Oh, okay. I mean, the trainer cruisers are probably one of the best things you get until you're T7 or T8. I think at T7 you hit the fleet issue.
Battle cruiser.
Yeah, and the battle cruisers. Or was it T6 you hit the fleet issue cruisers? It might have been even T6.
T6 fleet issue cruisers.
Yeah. So they're probably the point where you feel more comfortable, doing these sorts of missions. I mean, I make this look quite easy. I'm here talking in a conversation and I'm flying around, but some of this comes from tactics as well, as from EVE Online. There are different tactics to things, and it becomes like riding a bike. I've got elites coming at me and things, and I've got a ship that can take a beating. So that all comes with experience and ISK and time and so on. But even I would struggle if I had my ship at 0 on the last wave on this. My ship, I'd be, my heartbeat would be pounding, because they are, even at the T6 level of missions, they're still, can be quite hard when you get swarmed when you're trying to do them solo. So you still have to be careful. And sometimes, actually, they're, depending on your ship, they can be impossible to do. So if you've got a ship that's very, very close range, you don't have scrams or anything on, you will sometimes find the elite ships have got, even battleships have got crazy micro warp drives, and they're like 40, 50 kilometers away, absolutely pummeling your ship. And you're just like, well, I can't hit it, and you can't get close enough to do it.
Yeah.
So sometimes you've got to go away and come back. You've got to go away, fit something up, and come back again. But this one can solo T10s. So Bad Hair Day, the T10 is quite an easy one to solo, and Sweet Poison is quite a good one. And I think most ships from T6, T7 up can probably solo most of these missions. You've just got to. It just takes time and it takes practice. and stay away from Armar ones.
Also it takes learned proper skills because
Yes, yes. No, I mean you've hit a good one there. The best advice I can give, which is probably the same for EVE Online, is you find a weapon that you like and you stick with it. So I like cannons, medium cannons, so I'm going to fly ships with medium cannons because you don't have to duplicate all of your skills. If you end up doing small cannons, large cannons, lasers, all of your skill points spread out, so you keep them focused. And in EVE Echoes, there's not many other skills that complement your weapon. In EVE Online, there were other different types of sub skills that would all combine to make you like a better shot or whatever, or accuracies and things.
I mean, there is kind of like, if you look at the amount of skills, I would say it's either the same or actually like even like Echo has more skills, because like normally you don't have three skills with exactly the same name for the weapon, so you have to
Yeah, I
learn three
mean, in that
times.
sense.
Instead,
Yeah.
in the bigger game, you just have each separate skill for each separate attribute or weapon. So like capacity use, the fall off, the range, and in big game, as far as I remember, the universal, like for optimal and fall off skills, they work for all the guns.
Okay.
They don't separate. So technically, I would say this game, like weaponry related, like the turrets, this game has more overall skills to learn for all of the weapons than the.
And you know what? I've never had the time to do the comparison. And
Oh,
you know,
me neither, but it's just my wild guess.
No, but to be fair though, you may be right. So I do have EVE Online on here. I'm not going to open it now because there's 25 ships coming in. But so these
maybe they some, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen it for a while.
But it is different though, isn't it? I mean, they are different skills.
They just have like normal weapon skill, advanced weapon skill, which is needed for T2 Tech 2 weapons. If that system's still in the game.
It is, yes. They have Tech 2 and Tech 3 ships, I think.
Yeah. Maybe they actually added like Tech 3 skills, because when I was playing, there was like only one Tech 3 ship, which was like modular, which you was building yourself from different parts.
Yeah, yes, I know what you mean. I can't remember that. I've got one as well.
I had the Legion, but I don't remember the name of the class.
Yeah, you're right, and you could change it for different types of fighting. It was like was it a command ship or something?
Yeah. It was a battle cruiser, but I guess you could fit command models in it, or you can swap it for some other model which didn't have command slots in it.
Yeah, they were good ships, but we still haven't got a lot of the what EVE Online called the Tech 2 ships. So like the Vagabond, for instance, and which is just it looks like a stabber, but it's got extra things at the front of it. Its head. It looks like a snake, but with hair. The Vagabond. That was quite a nice ship. I logged in the other day to my character, and I had a look around. And I was like, oh, okay, I can see where EVE Echoes is going now. It's starting off nice and basic, and then eventually they'll add, to keep the income coming in, they're going to start to add the bigger and better ships.
I think technically, like from what I was comparing from my memory, we kind of have, because like the Vagabond is technically a heavy assault cruiser, which Stabber Sniper is. It just doesn't have the Vagabond model.
Is there no Stabber Sniper in EVE Online?
Like I said, it's been like more than 6 years. So
Yeah.
I might not know it, but as far as I remember, no, there was just like there wasn't such thing where you have like 4 ships or 3 ships with the same name and are just slightly different. Like like for the stabber, you have stabber. Do you have actually like the trainer stabber or not? And then you have fleet issue version, and then you have the sniper, and it's again the same ship. But like, as far as I remember, you online that didn't have that one. Only copycats was the fleet issue modification of some ships.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know there's definitely a lot more ships in EVE Online. So I had a look the other day, and there's definitely a lot more ships. But it'll be interesting to see what they do in this game with the larger ships, if they go any larger ships, like the big capital ships and so on.
Yeah, they probably like judging what is already in the game. They still don't have what is basically Tech 2 battleships. I mean, technically they have like because like the striker version of battleships. Judging from the bonuses, does look like a T2 battleship.
Yeah.
Which is tier 10 at the moment. So they probably have up to like tier 13, which would be the Titans.
There could be some nice ones.
I guess like 11 for Dreadnought carriers. 12
yeah, because it's the Dreadnoughts next, isn't it? Yeah, and like you say, the carriers.
The carriers and like probably the motherships at 12, and then the Titan at 13. Oh,
they would be interesting ships on here, wouldn't they? It'd be nice to have those ships.
Oh, I have no idea like how it works, because like I have like in my memory my perception of nullsec is like, I mean at some point one of the reasons why I eventually quit it is it just was sucking up too much time, because you had like fights at night where you have to get up at like 2 a.m. and fight for and basically gather up, because it was actual wars, like, literally.
Well, our corporation's never going to be like that. We're never going to. We may decide to go out to nullsec and things, but we're never going to force people to come online. I think we're going to be very much operating in every single space with every single trade. We're going to be a bit of a jack of all things to do, but we're never going to force people to be online at certain times, because that's when it becomes a job and it's not a game. That's the key for us. You've got to stay pretty chilled. It'll be hard to strike the balance, but if we don't, then that's how you scare people away from mobile games. When they're having to set alarms in the middle of the night.
That's how you scare people from games in general, I would say.
yeah, people get burnouts that way. Yeah. No, we're not going to be that.
Like, I cannot imagine how this kind of mentality can, and it probably actually will, work in here, because like, from what like scraps and information like I heard, there is like people already attacking each other's station in a sec.
Oh, there's massive, yeah, you get massive fights and things here.
Yeah, so people actually have that. We probably have a little bit different systems from the game, compared to the main game, where I don't remember the attack's name, but like when you attack a structure the first time, it goes on a lockdown. From I think 24 to 48 hours.
It's the same here, yeah. It's the same.
So you're basically setting up a fight for the next day.
Yes.
By triggering that effect, and then everyone have to gather and play. Next day during that time to either save it or lose it.
Yeah, and you just smash everyone's ships together.
Oof. Yeah, so it is the same. Yikes.
Yeah, so I think we are going to have that sort of craziness around. I mean, there are big wars going on already, and there's already the battle lines are being drawn, but there's also scope for people like us where we can just either go PvE for a bit, great. We can go do a bit of industry for a bit, great. We can go into nullsec and do deep strikes, bombing runs. We can do low sec and nullsec hunting and gate camps and nullsec. There's all sorts of stuff. So every Sunday we have an event. So tomorrow we're probably going to go into an area of nullsec, and we're going to not cause trouble too much, just have a bit of fun. But we just tend to go out in ships that we can afford to lose, and if we kill stuff, great. If we don't, nah,
Oh,
no, never mind.
unfortunately, I don't know if I be there during the evening tomorrow, but if I will, I definitely gonna
Yeah,
have something to the scrambler.
yeah, it's like it's normally about 9 o'clock at night UTC, so whatever that works out in your own time zone.
Yeah, I'm like, you
So
could
maybe
say
the
something
next,
like that.
depending on where you are, maybe even the next day. But
I'm plus 3 GTM, so yeah, it's like 11, I think, or 12, which is
yeah,
like,
which is probably quite late. I mean,
yeah.
we can do things other times, like obviously now it's not that late now my time, but it'll be quite late your time.
Like it's like more or less fine for me because like on the side, like it's not the only game that I'm playing. I'm also playing Final Fantasy. Like at least it was fairly hardcore, so
Well,
like I do raids in there.
we have different people who are they, even though they may be completely different time zones, they work shift work. So they,
Oh yeah.
so they may maybe say. I mean, I like to be in this. We have a lot of Americans in this corporation, and their time zones for their play align quite nicely to me because it's after my daughter goes to bed. So it's quite late in my time, and then we've got people like Slort, we've got Hamish, we've got Coral, we've got a few people who are kind of from that region. So we normally get quite good attendance after any time after 7 or 8 o'clock at my time at night. We get quite good attendance, and then quite late on you get the west coast of the US come online. Make sure I'm just going the right direction before I get popped.
Yeah.
I can't remember if this is the last wave or not. So, he's not quite dead yet. Let's get closer. I think sometimes on the last wave you end up with like 32 ships, but I can't remember if it's for freedom or not.
That's a lot of ships.
It is. That's why you've got to make sure you're not at zero.
Yeah. So like my like other question, since I like got reminded about it, is like since I'm just starting, I kind of want to be efficient, gather enough money, and getting like a faction ship. Is not a big issue, especially since you told me that flying in a looks because like when I saw some people leaving stuff like I don't know like Macariels at the gates in a low sec and AFK because like I flew past it, did my mission, flew back, and the guy sitting in the gate at the low sec. I was like, "Lol, what? Is he baiting or something?"
Because everyone's too scared to fight him. No, it's it's purely
It's
because of the gate
protection
guns.
system, yeah.
Yeah. It's which is good. I mean, they did change it for a while. They even had a few bugs, so they had it so when you landed on a gate, I think it decloaked you. Like if you were automatically warping from system to system, it decloaked you and left you there for a while, so people could target you and gank you and so on. And there used to be a lot of gate ganking in low sec, and I think the game lost a lot of new players because they were just like, "Oh, fudge this."
I mean, if half of the missions sending you in a low sec, and when you exit in a major hub in a low sec, where usually missions are, it's not hard to track where mission is going to be leading the people, and
Yeah,
ganking them
yeah.
there. You just like
Well, a lot of
get,
our
get
you're right. You're right. I mean, a lot of our corporation missions are based on that. Sorry, corporation mission. Corporation officers are based on that. So, if you go to the corporation page, you'll see we've got a lot of officers. Juddy is just the normal headquarters. It's where we dump all of our loot. Those who've got access to the hangars, most of the stuff is in there. Ardeshipper Prime is where that's in Armar space. So all of your Armar missions will be not far from there. Ufin is near where the Galante missions are, same sort of thing. Noni is Kaldari, and Abudban is Minmatar. So if you want to do different story missions, I mean, sometimes the mods in the game will advise this as well. You go to those areas of space and you do your mission refreshes. your encounter refreshes, and you will more than likely pick up the ones you need from those areas. But it's not guaranteed, and sometimes I'm annoyed at this game because I never get missions. I'm like
I
one or
see.
two missions.
Actually, it makes sense because so far I only got 2 unique missions, and both of them in Amar, and I'm heading in my like old base in Kadar Prime where I used to have it in the big game.
Yeah, so I'm in Minmatar space now, so we'll try it out. So if I go to encounters and refresh my list, even though I've got that thing popping up, I've got another love triangle. I hate that new mission. It sends you on so many jumps. But obviously the ones with ticks in the boxes I've already got. Nah, it's not really giving me anything. It still spreads them out across. Oh, there we go. What's that one? Hey, I need that for Friends by Blood. So Friends by Blood is a T10 story, but
I actually got it today.
Oh, what, Friends by Blood?
Yes, I have it.
It's safer to sell it than to do it.
Yeah, I figured it just wasn't selling yet, because I don't think the price is gonna fluctuate on that one.
Yeah, no, so that's one of the lowest. I think it's Friends by Blood is a 250 million payout, so it is quite a nice payout, but it takes a long time to do it. It's got lots of different. I think it's got like 2 or 3 phases, and it's Amar. So each empire have got their own like little special weapon. Amar, it's the Newt, and if you do the T10s, you get battleships. So that means they have large newts, and a large newt can just wipe out any ship, because most of us can't fly battleships yet. So we end up getting large newted in like cruisers and battle cruisers, and it absolutely wipes us out. So you've got to be careful with Amar. Some of the if you ever get so when you get to T8, you can do hard missions. So I can't do expert missions yet. You've got to be T10, but I'm T8 now, so I've unlocked the hard missions. So the missions are worth more money. When you do the hard missions, you can sometimes get the 20 million missions, and if you get the Amar 20 million mission, I think it's Jack the Ripper and something else. The last wave, because they're 3 waves, you get a battleship in each wave. The last wave can have 2 or 3 battleships, and one of them will be elite. And the elite one, because it's random what weapons they have, sometimes it has a NOS, so yeah, fine. But sometimes it has a large newt as well. So those 20 million missions can be quite cheeky. So you have to watch out for that as well. And it's probably the same.
Of course, it has MVD, and it just like rush towards you.
Yeah, I mean it's probably the same for the advanced missions as well, because you'll have.
Yeah, it's just for me right now. It's cruisers instead of like battleships. Instead of like probably going to be battle cruisers next, and eventually battleships.
But it still means though that the ships you're going to come across in
Warp
Amar
drive active.
will have the newts. So the elites will have newts, and your cap will just fly down. In terms of fitting though, because I've got a few jumps for this. If you have a look at your fittings, they all tend to be very similar. I think I put in one of our chat rooms the other day on the fitting one, a very, very generic rule to play by. Once you've got skills, you've got Fan Ironics just joined. How did I end up in the weird part of Twitch? Because you are weird, Fan. Because you are weird. Get onto Discord. I'll put that in. I was using Google Translate before, so I'll stick that in Google Translate. Yeah, sorry. So you do get very, very generic fits. So whatever weapon you've got, that's what you've got. I'm not going to respond to Fan Ironic there. He's getting naughty. And then so long as you've got a mid-range type ship, so as in you're not going all DPS and you're not going all tank, you will want some form of repairer or booster. If you've got enough power grid, like pirate ships pirate hulls get a lot of power grid, so I can fit a large booster. you want some form of propulsion. So whether it be a micro warp drive or afterburner, I've got an afterburner fitted there. You'll then want a red hardener and probably a yellow hardener 9 times out of 10. So they give you obviously your resistances, and you can each one of these things has got a skill you've got to try and skill up on. And the last, depending on how many low slots you've got, if you haven't got enough slots for something, then it's tough. But if you do have enough for something else, you either go all tanky and get like another red hardener or something, or a damage control. Certainly if I go PvP, I fit a damage control. If you've got enough space for DPS, then you fit a gyro stabilizer if you've got cannons, or whatever mod you get. The mods are very straightforward. And then in terms of your rigging, the mid slots, you always want to have a NOS if you're PvEing. Possibly 2 NOSes if you're PvEing, especially against Amar. It means you can kind of withstand those newts a bit more. A web is normally a very, very basic thing to have. And then either the second NOS or a scram. So scrams are fairly new in the game as of a few months ago, and obviously they're the ones that stop the micro warp as well, as well as people warping.
Since I only have 2 right now, I'm running a weapon and a scram. Mainly because since I was flying in a low sec, I thought I might as well be prepared to fight if I do. We're gonna be forced to fight.
Yeah.
And it's nice to switch off MVD of the frigates.
Definitely.
Which are orbiting you in the mission, so I don't have to fly anywhere. Since I prefer to stay.
A lot of our yeah, exactly. A lot of our sniper type fits. So when we do these in groups, which people may come on later for group action, the people who are like the big long range heavy cannons or heavy missiles or whatever, they will sit back, but they will still carry a scram just in case one elite frigate comes out, and then they can at least grab it and do some damage. But in terms of the other things, I'll go through the rigs very quickly. It's always worth having 2 capacity multipliers, so it increases your capacity. And just like on Eve Online, that also increases your rate of regeneration as well, because it's based on how much you've got. And then it's worth having kind of one more control.
The thing is, they cost quite a lot. And
yes.
For me, it's like fitting 2 of those rigs. I'm sorry.
No. So yeah, they do cost a lot, but you do get the free ones. So the game will give you free ones, and it's worth fitting those until you've got enough money. But even me, who my ship's worth almost 3 billion.
Get the free ones and then sell them. And we make money. It's just I don't like on a 20 million ship, which my Oman is right now. Fitting 12 million rigs is a little bit pointless, especially since like in 10 days I'm gonna get a Navy variant, on which I probably will fit those rigs. But right now, I just have to occupy my low slot with the capacitor booster.
Yes, yeah. No, you're right. I mean, it's different. For me, I've been T8 for quite a while now. I'm not far off T9. I maybe how am I from T9? If I find my skills, 39 days, I'll be T9. So, why is it stopped? There we go. So in just over a month I'll be T9. So I've had the luxury of having. I used to fly Hurricanes before this ship, and then I've flown other cruisers before that. So I went cruiser to battle cruiser, and then kind of cruiser and battle cruiser skills at the same time. So I've had ships which I've had to keep for a long time to keep me making ISK. So you upgrade those ships. They are your babies. You stay with those ships. But you're right. When you start off and you're quite new, doesn't matter how much experience you've got. you are stuck by that tech level, and you just got to
Um,
just wait and wait and wait. Yeah.
I mean, I got most of my models as Type C, but like I can always like use them elsewhere. Like they are not
Yes.
stuck to
Yeah.
the hull,
Yeah.
but rigs are. So with rigs, need to be quite picky if the ship actually going to be used as much as I'm investing in the hull.
So I've just got there 23.75 million, I think it was. So I'm running these missions for the corporation. So I will donate 23,750 million. There we go. Donation successful. There we go. I can't remember. I think the corporation bought these missions. That's why they've just been sat in the hangar for a long time. I think someone put one in. Bad Hair Day was only recently someone put one in. Where is Judy? Let's go back to Judy because we want to activate Bad Hair Day. Where's Judy? Where's Judy? I've got Kit all over the place. SaS destination. It's a few jumps away now. 13 jumps. But I'm going to start Bad Hair Day off. I'll probably do my daughter's bedtime in, I don't know, very, very soon. It's around 7 or 8 o'clock she goes to bed. And then I'll probably do Bad Hair Day. And whoever is, people are welcome to join it. Even if you're new like yourself to the game, the best advice I can give is if you want to join in with these things, and obviously you earn quite a bit of ISK just through the ISK tick which comes along. And usually people will split the winnings as well. I mean, not necessarily for a mission for the corporation, but missions which are just people want to share the winnings. The way we do the end value share is that whatever the mission is worth to sell goes to the person who owns it. So if the corporation bought a mission, that money would go back to the corporation. If it was a player's one who they earned it through doing the other missions, then that would be a lump sum of money for them. But they would also be part of the larger share after that. So let's just say if there was a 300 million mission and it cost, I don't know, 150 million in the market, that first 150 million would go to that player, and then the remaining 150 million would get divided out amongst all of the players, including that player that got 150 million, and then they all get a share of the prize. And usually that way it can work out to maybe 20, 30, 40 million per player, depending on how many players you've got. So if there are, say, 3 people running it, and then a 4th player comes along who is an unexperienced player, the other players don't mind because it's not that much different to what they would get share-wise anyway. But it does mean that that new player coming along gets that experience and earns a lot of ISK for their level. But it also means you get used to doing it, so that eventually you can solo them, or you can do it with maybe just 2 of you, 3 of you. But we have run these before, like the big T10s when they first came out months ago, where we had like 10 people, 15 people, in the fleets and so on, and they were just really easy. And we were like, oh right, okay, these are a bit more easier than what we expected. But I always see Fanaronic there taking the piss out of my paint job. He says it looks like a purple-headed adult toy with guns. It must be the curvature. He's rude.
You can look at it that way.
Clearly he wants to. I mean, I think this is more about his psychology than anything else. Isn't that right, Fanaronic? He's like, I'm going to come on Discord now and beat you up. Yeah, we'll see where he is. I'm actually quite impressed. There's quite a lot of people in chat today at the moment. So let's see if we've got anybody new. So we've still got Abbott Costello there, Bing Cortana, Casino Thanks, Crazy Ut, Droop Dog, Extra More, Free to Player.
How, like, when there's multiple people, how does the aggro works?
It's whoever's closest.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
in Eve Online, and again, I'm having to remember too. I'm getting my memory here.
It's random.
You were, yeah, it was fairly random, but you were also able to
Warp drive active.
make players unlock you as well. I think there was a way to force people to unlock you. I think, and then they would have to relock you again. In this game, it's just whoever's closest. So what you'll find is when we do, these big PvE groups, and probably the reason you're asking is when you join in, what is it like? You will have, if you think of the 3D space, you kind of ignore the 3D space when you're in a group. You will have a person. Oh, we've got somebody joining. Let's see
Warp
what they're
drive
like.
active.
They're not. Okay. So you will have a person at the front who is the tank, just like all massive multiplayer games. You will have then people just behind them who will be either generalists, DPSs, even your people that are just learning as well, because your range won't be great. You'll be kind of in the middle, and then you'll have the heavy artillery, the big hitters, the big sniper type people with the big large strike cannons and that sort of thing. So a good example will be my ship is tanky, so I will always be at the front. When I was flying the Hurricane, I had that with a tank fit as well, so I was a
Warp
shield
drive
tank / speedy tank. And then you would have the likes of Tartar with a Gila or something behind me. You will have new players like yourself. If you've only got 30 to 40 kilometer ranges, you may be sat sort of behind me, mainly trying to hit the ships that are flying around the tank. And then the big sniper people are trying to hit the elites and hit the big ships from quite far away. And the tank and the people in the middle ground and with the healers and so on, they will be just trying to deal with the little smaller flies that are buzzing around, and then they'll work closer and closer and closer to the bigger
Yeah,
ships.
but isn't that as soon as the spawn and it took its aggro, you can go whatever range as long as you run away before the next spawn.
Yes, you have to run away. So what we did originally, I mean, we don't do this so much anymore because we're, as a group, we're generally quite well practiced. Oh, I think my game has possibly crashed. He says. Well, you tend to find that as a group, obviously you do evolve. But the way we did it originally was that we used to warp out every time, and we would call that a hard reset. So you would every time there was a new spawn, the fleet commander would align you to a station, and then he would warp you out, and then you would all get back together, warp back in at 100. So it meant that you were the same distance every time. However, that does make it quite longer. It does take quite a long time. Everybody then is anybody can be targeted then whenever you land, so it can be quite dangerous. So what we have now is anchors. So if you're in a group... Oh, what's this doing?
Yeah, I know what anchors is.
Yeah, oh no, sorry, I mean as in my game looks like it's crashed.
Oh.
I'll have to...
Yeah, warping for quite extensive time.
Yeah, it's like warping through some areas of nullsec. It's quite large. So unless the game's crashed, no, it hasn't. Yeah, so you have the anchor, and then you're right. Everybody just runs back to the anchor as a group. So what you do is you try to make sure all the people in the middle ground get away first, and the tank is generally the one who waits until the last moment. But what you'll probably find is if you've got the people who are like heavy, long range, and so on, you'll tend to find that they're able to finish off the last few hits of a ship. So the tank has got enough time to get away. And from the 0 point to your anchor, you want to be around, well, more than 30. So if you've got waves of 20, 30 ships, you want to be at least 30 to 50 kilometers away before you hit. Because what can happen is that if you're behind 0, potentially they could spawn in front of you. so you're in between. So the people who are doing the new players, the DPS players, they could be getting smashed because all of the rats have landed on them, and then the snipers are at risk, and your tank is at the other side, basically not tanking because they're all the people in the middle are getting hit. So you will find that if we do T10 missions, we tend to like to come on audio. You don't have to speak; you can just listen into audio, and it's a lot easier than just writing it out in the game, basically. We've just had a question though from Akal. You have to
Warp drive active.
my pronunciation is awful. What I should do is copy your name into Google Translate, and Google will tell me how you pronounce your name. Akal Desi or Desai, what triggers you most during a PvE game? When you say trigger, do you mean annoy me? Is that what you mean? Do you mean? Yes. What annoys me? Well, when we're in a group, okay, doing PvE,
Warp drive active.
you'll sometimes find that people don't listen and don't, they, and it's not always their fault, and this is just what triggers me personally. You'll find that in a group, people will just do their own thing, and especially I'm in a tanky ship, so I play the role of a tank. You'll have people overtake the tank, and then they'll get smashed and smashed and smashed, and then they'll almost die, and then they'll almost cry about dying, and it's like, well, come on, it's not my fault. That can be annoying, but because we're quite a friendly group, we'll have a bit of a laugh about it. If people die, it's not to say we refund every ship that gets blown up, but if you're doing it for the benefit of the corp, we'll try to do a refund, or we'll try and help. We have hangars. I mean, if you have a look at our hangars here now, so our first hangar tends to be for our night levels, and we've got loads of stuff in. We've got loads of Mark 7 stuff, some large stuff for later on, and people, our night levels can just go and get those. And when I say night level, so it's not entry level person, it's whoever can just come along and grab this stuff, and kit your shit out. Kit your ship out. No, that's swearing. Kit your ship out. So it's not a massive drama. God, we've got skins galore in there. But we also hold on to rarer items as well. So anybody in our corporation, if you lose a ship, you can take a look at our third hangar. And if there's something really, really expensive, we do like a market discount. So let's just say something's worth 10 million. We'll say, all right, it's 7 million, 8 million to you because you're a corp member. If something's cheap, we'll just say, there you go, it's fine. Just have it. So this is now where you're looking at this going, ooh, what can I have for my ships? You're not having a large micro warp drive because they're expensive. I say expensive; it's not that bad. They're okay. Stuff's quite cheap at the moment, so it's all right really. And anything for fits like we do some basic doctrine fits kind of go on there. But going back to the question though, what triggers you the most? Probably when people don't listen. But when I'm soloing, what triggers me the most is probably when the game fails. So you'll see there, just a few moments ago, the game crashed, and it says disconnected. You'll get that in the game when you're trying to take on a battleship armor that's newting you to death, and all of a sudden it says disconnected, and you're like, no! And sometimes it warps you out, but we've had people where it doesn't. Sometimes it depends on your device. I mean, I'm lucky I've got a fairly expensive Apple phone, so it tends to keep up with it. People the same with some expensive Samsungs and so on. The game tends to be fine, but when you get some of the maybe cheaper phones, or when people are playing in emulators, sometimes they find that it's not always great, and they end up losing a ship. I mean, we've seen one of our guys, Tata. I don't know what phone he was using. It's just a small screened phone. But his ship was wandering past me as the tank into zero, and he was getting hit, smash. Well, no, not your Gila, no, and it blew up. And we're like, what's going on there? And he's like, I don't know. The game just died. You know, the game it didn't walk me off. Luckily, that was in the days prior to the current insurance system, so he got his ship back for free. But he didn't get all. I don't think he got all of his items back. You know, so if you have lots of rigs, expensive rigs, it can be quite an expensive game mistake, and the game doesn't always compensate you either. So that's probably what triggers me the most. Other than that, in fact, actually, there is one more thing that triggers me the most whilst I'm on these encounter refreshes. So every 30 minutes, you do a refresh for your bloody encounters, and when you refresh it, every single one of them you've already got again and again. I mean, I can literally do this for days and not get any of that I need. You know, I'll go through the stories now. It's Bad Hair Day. I need one. That's a T10. Angel or Devil, another T10. I need a 1 for that. Disaster Relief, I need 1 for that. In fact, Mega Corporation, I need 1. A Soldier's Way, I need 1. The Amar. Luckily, I've got the Friends by Blood, so I can't forget to do that one now. Otherwise, I'm a hypocrite. But I'm missing 1 for each of those, and they're not all the rare ones either. You know, some of these aren't the rare ones. Galante, Sweet Poison. I've been waiting 2 weeks for that. So that annoys me as well with this game. Is it seems to know what you want. The game that's my personal feeling. It seems to know what you want, regardless of its rarity, and just not give you it. You know, I think but that could just be me crying because I'm being a baby. Was that another one that I had? So I got a True Divine Trial one there as well that I need to do. I've got. See, I'm complaining about the game, but it's clearly giving me some of the nice ones there. So which ones did I? Oh, I thought I had the one for. Yes. So luckily, it's given me some Amar ones. But that's another thing. I always get Amar missions, you know, and my character isn't Amar. I don't think. I think my character is a Minmatar, but I keep getting Amar missions, which is never mind. So I better do that one before. In fact, actually, we came all the way to Juddy, didn't we? Because I had to start Bad Hair Day in my own very busy junkyard. Bad Hair Day, there we go. So we're going to do this one for the corporation later on tonight. And I'll probably drift away from here and then go back on. And then just make sure it's in Bad Hair Day. So that's a 300 mil mission. If nobody's on later, I can solo it. It's fine, but it just takes a few hours.
I can join.
You can help, just don't die.
I mean,
No, you're fine. You're fine. You can't help. Actually, the good thing with the story ones is they all last 10 days. So no matter which story you get, just as long as you're going to run it, you run it. And if you are struggling with it and you need help and you can't get any help that day, it's not a problem because they last for 10 days. So they take a number of hours to do. But that a cul-de-sac, yeah, I also faced the same issue getting disconnected mid-battle, and I thought I was the only one. I only joined the game yesterday. It's a common thing. you can go onto all the different. I'm not a prominent streamer or anything. I'm grateful that there are so many people watching this Twitch right now. So thank you very much. But you will see some of the more famous people out there. Captain, whatever his name is. Go and look at these people and go through their history of their videos, and you will see it's quite a common thing. The game failing. It's a lot better than what it used to be. It is more stable than what it used to be. And if you're on a newish device, it seems to be okay. But when we run missions, you'll occasionally have people warp out and warp back, and it's quite easy to spot. The way to avoid it is if you're in a group, you just all make sure you're in comms like this. So Redek, who's with me now, is in our Discord. So we have some audio channels in our Discord. I'll bring them along. So you're gonna expose your name now, Redek. I do apologize.
oh, no problem.
So we've got a massive Discord. I get in trouble because there's so many different channels here. So I'll start at the very top here. So we have lots of corporation information. We've got where new people can come along and so on. Just usual chat. We try to have loads of good information for our corporation members in here. Even Zoogle way, I'm trying to do a whole thing where I make my own map. I've been too busy with work, so thankfully I spend more time at work than what I do this game at the moment. We have a one room where we put our kill mills and so on, but then we have these audio rooms. Ignore, I'm not a complete psychopath or whatever you call people who give themselves high levels of grandeur. My rank is emperor, so I like Star Wars. So we're in the Emperor's throne room at the moment, and we have a throne room chat. So if people are just on like listening into audio, because not everybody likes to speak, that's perfectly fine. We have these different chat rooms where people can chat at the same time. We have lots of random, if we do end up doing different things at the same time, we've got some Black Ops voice they've got going on. Shh, you never saw that one. We've got Black Ops voice there. Wolfpack, Skull Squadron, Boom Boom Room, Flamingo Swarm, Black Shield. They're all just our random ones that we go into when we go out and fight. So if you're having trouble, you say, my game's just crashed, whatever. Great, we know what's going on. Or if you can't speak, you just use fleeting chat for the general, look, I've just crashed. Or the throne room chat for this one. And if I'm just here randomly talking to people or doing this sort of stuff, I'll usually be in the throne room. But yeah, and then we've got the different boardrooms. We even have music as well. I don't know if you've seen this one yet, Reddick. It's if you go into the general audio and just kind of you're not allowed to talk in that room. It's just an audio only, a listen only. You then go into the music control room. You can use the Chip bot, and Chip will play music, and you can do music lists and stuff. I think it uses a combination of like Spotify, YouTube, and it will actually play music for us. So you'll tend to find Long in there quite a lot. One of our leader guys in there, he loves the music, and he'll come up with some crazy playlists. And I'll be working away, and I'll hear a ping, and there's something in the music control, and it'll be Long. I'm like, he's got his playlists playing again, and I'll kind of go in there and listen, and there to control. But anyway, I'll stop.
I hope you can use like mute channels in Discord separately.
You what? Sorry.
In case you can mute channels in Discord. Like you can set up notification setting for each channel in Discord separately.
Which you need to in our corporation. So I do apologize because there are so many rooms. I don't mute any.
I mean, nothing like personal, but I just mute almost every Discord that I'm in because, to be fair, I have like 40 of those. So
and you have a life. That's the important thing.
Yeah, I only unmute specific channels and specific Discords on which I actually need to be notified in.
Yeah.
So,
Which is perfectly fine, and you know what? With our corporation, there is no need. I know some corporations do it. They will have like call to arms rooms and things like that. We don't have anything like that. If you're in real life, then you're not in the game. It's perfectly fine. It's nobody's going to hold anything against you, which is the way we want to try and keep it, because especially now with COVID-19 and so on, and all of the drama that's going on outside those windows. You want to be able to keep things in nice containers. So you want to be able to have real life, you want to be able to have work, and you want to be able to have computer games and everything you do to chill out. And sometimes you just got to completely. It's like you're swapping a hat. You're putting a different hat on. Like you can't wear two hats at the same time, or it looks a bit silly. so yeah, sometimes you've got to
like
do that.
I was so like surprised when like yesterday I was like, it seems like by default I have the help chat running in like by default in the game, and yesterday half of the day people was discussing politics. I was like,
Politics. Yes. Sorry.
why?
It's one of the very few rules we do and don't have. So it's good to talk about politics and life, so long as it doesn't get to the point where it's all preachy. So I think
I'm just saying that people playing the game and instead of talking about the game, like It was really strange to me. Like,
It's easy to blame the game, isn't it?
yeah, why would you like log in into the game and talk not about the game?
Because we're horrible humans and that's the way our minds work. It's easy to blame an inanimate object. It's like if you walk into if you walk into a door or fall down the stairs, it's always the stairs fault or the table or the door. It's not you for not seeing it and being clumsy and walking into
I guess. I guess.
it. And I do that with my daughter. We go naughty table, naughty
Yeah.
table, naughty floor. How dare you? Um, oh, you know what? I'm spelling like this because I think my wife's just made some lovely food. I'm gonna be, the cartoons where the cartoon character follows the scent, like the smell, and this just sort of float through the air. I'm kind of like that at the moment, so I may have to log off soon, and I'll get
Yeah,
told
no
off by the
problem.
wife if I don't. Um,
I mean, are you like gonna like gather up again like anytime like soon today?
come back on, yeah. So I'll be back online. My daughter's
Because
bedtime is.
if there is gonna be like any group activity, I would like to participate if it's possible.
Mm. I mean, I'll definitely be back on. So I'll be back on any time from say 8 half 8 onwards, probably my time. So in about
Uh,
an hour and a half's time onwards, probably.
oh, okay, okay. I
So
can
so
log in
so
about
I'll
that
come
time.
back on and I'll play for probably for a good few hours. I'll come back onto here, onto Twitch and so on. So I will end up stopping the stream very very soon, but I'll start it back up again because I don't mind if people listening and things. Sometimes we have a delay on our Twitch feeds, so if we're doing anything in null sec or low sec things like that,
Oh,
and
okay.
we'll put a
Makes
delay
sense.
on. Yeah, because what we don't want is people could use this to try and find you and kill you
To
and
snipe. Yeah.
yeah. I mean it's quite safe at the moment. There's no D scans and combat probes and that sort of thing. But eventually it will be a thing and people will use it and hunt you down and it you know what it's it's fair game,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. It's
yeah
like
it brings out
it's like the only game that can which can put betrayal in its advertisement.
yeah
Like,
yeah
like you remember that old like trailer where like it was like you start as a small player, you get pirated,
yes
and then you heed revenge. You grow up, you join the pirates, and you basically stole everything from that pirate corporation, and finally making your revenge
yes
two
we've
years
had
later.
you're right. I mean, you've probably seen that in Eve Online as well. I mean, I've definitely seen it. We had a player. I used to be in an alliance called We Pooped on Your Lawn, and there was one guy who joined us. I can't for the life of me remember names because it was a few years back. But he
Uh,
said he had an alt, and his alt was in a corporation, and he just learned to fly carriers, and he stole their carrier. They let him fly the carrier, and he just walked away, and he stole it.
but to be fair, but when I was like playing, like my first carrier, I was gifted. Like, not only I was gifted the carrier, I was gifted the character as well.
Oh wow.
To to have it on a carrier because like I don't know, like I think it's the same now. You cannot dock the carrier.
I
Oh,
think space because they used to stay there, didn't they?
oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, initially it was the character with the carrier, but it was aimed for the mothership. So eventually, like you needed a character because you couldn't dock the mothership. The carrier was a fair game, but the motherships are not. And since you cannot dock the mothership, the character basically stuck to the mothership.
Yeah,
You
exactly. Yeah.
you, you can
And
only leave it under the field under some structure, but then it can be stolen by anyone. You cannot cannot take away keys from it or put a password on it.
yeah.
So anyone who could enter the field could take it away. So basically, you had to have a separate character for Mothership and Titans.
Mm. So someone did tell me though that apparently now you can they do disappear now. I think. Um,
Oh,
but I've
I
not
mean,
played since that time either.
that eventually does make sense because it's kind of annoying because of that. Since you like enter the Titan, you cannot leave it anymore
That would be
until
very
it's
annoying.
loaded.
You come back and you're dead. You're like, no, I only went away for dinner.
No, I mean you cannot leave the ship, and in a sense you cannot do anything. Like if you live in your Titan without a pilot, then you're always scared that someone gonna find it and take it.
Yeah,
Just take it.
yeah. The good thing with this game, though, just before I do
But in
disappear
my
soon.
ages, like the biggest like betrayal stuff, which are like literally they happen when I was like active
Warp drive
near
active.
us. Someone like the guy unanchored the old structures in the region Tribune Alliance back then. It was like one third or almost a half of
Yeah,
their control territory, and he just in one night unanchored the whole like region. And just as far as the legend goes, he was gifted a car for it, like real car.
this didn't. I mean, you hear some stories out there, but I mean, you know, a lot of them are real.
Warp
You know, I
drive
think.
active.
Yeah. Like I mean, like I trust the people that was telling that. So I believe that he got the real payment indeed for that, because like it's like it changed the war scheme that was happening. Like it's completely flopped up the forces, because the region which was like which we were fighting for,
Yeah,
it was like on the edge of the coalition, and basically the back line of that point was this region,
yeah,
and we lost claims to it, and
Warp drive
basically
active.
the point what we were fighting for, we didn't have a back line anymore because it was completely unsovereign.
Oh
So the
no.
point was basically like from being edge of an empire, it became an island, which was almost impossible to keep protecting, and we eventually lost the fight in the region. Had to
Yeah,
give up the region because of that, because we couldn't like we wasn't able to backtrack, we wasn't able to have replenishing bases and defense on the back line. So yeah.
Warp drive
It was
active.
Phaneronix just said there in chat that people have cut power to other people's homes to kill Titans and Eve. Is that a true thing? Is that a legend? Is that like a legend? People have cut power to people's homes. I'm going to Google that and see if it's an urban legend. Oh, you know what? After you've typed it, it did sound kind of familiar. Because people are just like this, where they would have just talked. And we used to use what do we used to use to chat? There was an
Warp
app.
drive active.
I can't think now. But it was very similar to like Discord or something. You know, it was just a chat where you'd go into it, and I think it was TeamSpeak or something. And people would know each other, and people would like meet up and have parties and stuff like that. So I suppose you would know people in real life. Yeah. Titans
Oh
are.
yeah, like in my city, like we, we were like, even though I'm like Russian and not really many of us like actually playing English games. Like actually a lot of
Warp drive
people
active.
just not playing the game because it's not translated. And I actually don't know if it's translated or not to Russian. I guess it is at this point, but back then it wasn't.
Yeah.
And the game is like, if you don't know English, the game is really hard because there is a lot of like sheets, text, and parameters you need to know to actually play the game efficiently.
Yeah. I can understand. Yeah.
And most of the people from my city, like we were meeting in real life, every other weekend, like going out. Especially like after, like most of us was even
Warp
like
drive
around
active.
as well, like, just not everyone was participating in most
Yeah.
activities.
Yeah.
Just a different corps. Some of them was like just either like doing missions or farming belts in the insect. or even mining. Because,
Yeah.
eventually, when you like go in the war, the back then the wars was mostly about resources. Because I know that they, when I left, like half a year after I revamped, they added the moon resources or something. But back
Mm.
Warp
then,
drive active.
oh, they changed the moon resources because the moon stuff was needed for T2 crafts,
Yeah.
and it was like one of the like most scarce resource was really heavily like placed in the north of the map, but some
Yeah.
of them little bits here and there was in the south as well, and there was like actual fight just for humans to be able to mine them, and
Oh,
that's
right.
where most wars were coming from, fighting for resources, which
Yeah.
it seems it's not the case in here yet.
Warp drive
Yet.
active.
Yet. Uh-huh.
It will be soon, I imagine.
Yeah, but yeah, to back up the big fighting lines, you had to also had a big industry to back it up on the back end, which actually gonna turn those minerals and stuff into actual profits and ships, which are gonna be eventually used to
Yeah.
fight. Because like
Right.
losing like 100 battleships in the evening wasn't a big deal. At the point when I was playing.
Mm. Um,
Warp drive active.
I think I hear my wife calling, so I might when I come back on later, I may have black eyes. I may, I might get beat up, but I'm just gonna head to one of these missions. So when I jump back online, I can do a quick 20 million mission or 5 million mission, whatever it was. But yeah, so I'll probably be at least an hour, I think, if not an hour and a half, 2 hours. But within our Discord, there should be an alert when I start streaming again. In the editing suite on our Discord, you will see the link for this Twitch feed appear. So
Warp drive active.
whenever I go live, we have a live ego or something. I think it's called bot, a stream alert bot that comes on. So, but I'm gonna have to go. So thank you very much, and thank you coming on audio as well. It's not always the easiest of things, especially when you know you're being like streamed to the internet. So, but thank you very much, Reddick, for that, and a really interesting chat as well. It's good to see people who have come from EVE Online and who are willing to give this a go, because it must feel like having to start all over again. But no, it is appreciated. Okay then.
Warp drive active.
Right. Well, have a good one. And I will be back in an hour and a half, couple hours. So I will speak to you then if you're back on. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you very much.